there you are, ghoulies, and here we are once again on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. Is it going to finally thaw out there? I've had enough of winter. And all you little winter witches hoping for snow at the beginning of November, which we got. And it's been one bucket of suck ever since.
Hey, don't talk bad about the winter witches. They'll bring it back. The snow will come back.
Oh, you don't mess with Mother Nature kind of a thing. Okay.
But Puxatawny Phil might have been a little bit of
well, it's still we're winding down to the end of February, but we've gotten major snowstorms in April.
No.
Yeah, we
don't.
I remember. Anyway, ghoulies, we got a real treat for you tonight. Not only do we have a great movie, but if you ever watch the movie The Christmas Story, we finally find out what Ralphie's dad did for a job. Yeah. That's right. He's Kolchak, the Night Stalker. That's Darren McGavin, the old man from The Christmas Story. And this is way before that movie, of course. And actually, when I went to see The Christmas Story, I didn't even know what it was. And I walked out of the theater like amazed. And part of it was because, Kolchak, the Night Stalker, was in it.
Yeah.
He's also, Darren McGavin's in like one of my favorite episodes of Tales from the Dark Side called Distant Signals.
Ooh.
Yes, it's a really cool one. But loved this movie when it came out. Of course, it got a sequel, The Night Strangler. And then, of course, it ended up a TV show that one season and it was done.
Yes, unfortunately, sort of a Firefly situation.
Yeah, I don't understand since the movies were so big, but maybe it was just too played out. Who knows?
Guess the hype died down.
Yeah, and the same thing happened with the Planet of the Apes TV show, canceled after they announced it was canceled, I think just before Christmas.
Oh.
And I was watching that. The parents were in the room. And I said, "Oh fudge!" No. And I got in trouble for that, But I was not happy, and mine predated.
Darn.
Oh,
got the
fudge.
bar of soap, huh?
Yeah. Right, the Life Boy.
Right.
Anyway, great movie tonight. Carol Lindley is Darren McGavin's girlfriend. I don't know. I suppose. I gotta say, I don't think he's really robbing the cradle. She's definitely robbing the grave. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Carol Lindley. I just saw something else. She's in an episode of The Night Gallery, and I think she did another horror film. And then, of course, she was the gal that dubbed the music for "There's Got to Be a Morning After," the song from the Poseidon Adventure.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen that one before?
Ooh.
That was a biggie when it came out in the 70s. Everybody was talking about that film.
Yep.
But I got to say, the movie of the week on television back in the day had The Night Gallery. It had, what was the other one? The Gargoyles. And it had the one with Karen Black, Trilogy of Terror.
Yes. Fantastic.
I wonder if that's why Rob Zombie cast her in House of a Thousand Corpses.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I would think so. Because he is such an old horror fan. I guarantee he was into The Night
Oh,
Gallery.
you definitely, he's a little bit younger than me, but everybody is.
You're timeless.
True.
Stop it.
Anyway, I think he kind of grew up on the same kind of stuff. I think I even in that interview, when I interviewed him, I think I even mentioned the movie Gargoyles or something, because it looks like where he shot. When I watch his movies, especially like Devil's Rejects, it looks like reminds me of those old movies.
Yeah, and he loves it when people get his references too.
Yeah.
It's that full around appreciation.
There you go. He's coming around again, I think.
He is. He's touring again.
I don't know if I could pull off an interview again. I don't have those contacts, but I sure would love to.
Yeah. Oh my God. It'd be a dream.
Well, I dreamt it once.
You did.
Yeah, I already did. Yeah, he was actually, of all the rock stars that I interviewed, he's like the most straightforward. Didn't mess around. Now interviewing the New York Dolls, the two York Dolls, man, that was a mess. That interview gets weirder every time I watch it, and you might see it at the end of tonight. I don't know. We're running for time, but. We have recently ascertained that for the television show.
Nice. Can't go wrong with a bunch of old punks.
And then, so then I was at the rave. After I interviewed him, I got to stay for the show, where I started getting surrounded by people that was kind of like, this is a little, because they knew who I was.
Yeah.
And other people thought I was in the band that was opening for him called Captain Clegg and the Night Creatures. Really cool band.
Oh, nice.
because they had top hats and the makeup and everything, and I was actually by their merch table, and I was talking to them, and people got mixed up about that. But here we have Darren McGavin. This movie went viral on the playground before viral was even a thing. So definitely got to check it out. You get right into it now. The Night Stalker on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater.
Chapter 1. This is the story behind one of the greatest manhunts in history. Maybe you read about it, or rather what they let you read about it, probably as some minor item buried somewhere on a back page. However, what happened in that city between May 16th and May 28th of this year was so incredible that to this day the facts have been suppressed in a massive effort to save certain political careers from disaster and law enforcement officials from embarrassment. This will be the last time I will ever discuss these events with anyone. So when you have finished this bizarre account, judge for yourself its believability, and then try to tell yourself, wherever you may be, it couldn't happen here. Sunday, May 16th. At approximately 2:30 a.m., Cheryl Hughes was standing at the intersection of Casino Center and Fremont Streets waiting for a girlfriend to give her a lift home. Cheryl Hughes was 23, 5 feet 5 1/2 inches tall, 118 pounds, blonde hair, light brown eyes, swing shift change girl at the Gold Dust Saloon. Cheryl Hughes, tired and hungry, but just mad enough to walk the 8 blocks to her small frame house off the corner of 9th and Bridger. Cheryl Hughes, en route to her doom. Odd.
No evidence of dependent lividity either.
Peel back the chest flap, please. This should do it.
It's incredible.
Begin the gross work on internal organs. I'm going to phone the district attorney. And don't talk about this to anyone. I came into it 2 days later, called back 97 miles from the first vacation I had had in 2.5 years because the story is so big no one else can handle it, according to our lovable managing editor. Rumor has it that the day Anthony Albert Vincenzo was born, his father left town. The story may be apocryphal, but I believe it. The only point I wonder about is why his mother didn't leave too.
Good morning, slaves. We are not amused.
Kolchak, you are on it.
A 2-day-old, third-rate murder. and
You are
come
on it.
From what about them?
They have other assignments.
You're beautiful when you're angry.
Out.
First stop, County General to see one of my most reliable spies. At least he used to be reliable.
Hello, Carl.
Oh, I thought you were disbarred from malpractice.
I thought we were rid of you for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so did I. Well, about this, Cheryl Hughes thing. Why does it say officially undetermined under cause of death?
Why don't you ask the coroner?
Oh, thanks. Come on, you're my spy here. But haven't I kept quiet about all those illegal operations you've been performing in closets? Come on, tell me true now, John. Was there anything unusual about the autopsy?
No, all I know is she lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, some spy.
I'm just a poor, hard-working doctor that occasionally takes pity on an aging reporter. Dr. O'Brien, any
Sounds like
messages
a
there for
Pulitzer
me?
Surprise story to me. Second stop. The Gold Dust Saloon, and a chat with Gail Foster, one of Cheryl Hughes' fellow workers, and a rather close friend of mine.
Poor Cheryl. I feel just terrible about it, Carl.
Well, honey, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
No, I want to help if I can.
Well, you said that she never had any boyfriends.
No, none that I ever heard of. She dated once in a while, but never the same man twice. I don't think she liked men.
Yeah?
Yeah. She even took karate lessons in case one got fresh with her.
You mean that she knew karate?
Yeah. Brown belt. Oh, I see him. I've got to go. Bye-bye.
In any town the size of Las Vegas, the murder of one young woman hardly causes a ripple. But then the ripple started. Thursday, May 20th, 7:02 a.m.
Over there. I didn't go down. I couldn't.
Okay. Don, take your statement. What took you so long, Kolchak?
I got a flat tire.
Not a footprint in sight.
Is that physically possible?
If it happened, it's possible.
Well, it sure looked like it happened.
Now, come on.
Bonnie Reynolds, 27, divorced, cocktail waitress at the Harem Room Casino.
Look at her throat. She must have lost an awful lot of blood.
Cheryl Hughes lost a lot of blood, too.
You read that in the newspapers, did you?
No, I didn't read that in the newspaper.
This girl lost a lot of blood, Sheriff. But she didn't lose it here.
Anything?
We found a purse. There's signs of a struggle up here.
But nothing in between. Only our footprints.
What'd he do, throw her?
Who said Bonnie Reynolds was thrown 22 feet into that conker? The coroner? I haven't heard about it. Who said this new killing is connected with the Cheryl Hughes murder? The police? Not to me, they haven't. Who said Cheryl Hughes died of massive blood loss? The coroner again? No, he hasn't even turned in his report yet. And who, may I ask, said that a super powerful madman is running loose in Las Vegas? You hearing voices, Kolchak?
I did not make up the facts.
Oh, I know your boy. Big-time reporter like you condemned to the sticks for those journalistic grooves.
I did not make
I know
up...
you'd like a big fat byline on a big fat story so you can pay your way back to a big fat city job.
I did not...
Kolchak, I expect you to report, not to come up with fairy tales. And Kolchak, quit barking the PD. If something turns up, they'll let us know. Meanwhile, use your head and lay off. Whatever they're up to, they don't want any help from amateur bloodhounds like you.
Friday, May 21st, 8:06 a.m. Apartment of Carol Hanachek, swing shift cocktail waitress in the Bird of Paradise show lounge. She'd gotten home around 2:15 a.m., poured herself a glass of milk, opened the back door of the kitchen for reasons unknown, and died like the others. Suddenly, quietly, without disturbing her sleeping roommate only a few feet away. Something of a pattern had started to form, and it was ugly. It was then that people stopped talking.
Does that surprise you? Look, Carl,
You're not the only one that likes to play detective. The police, the sheriff boys, they all think they're pretty good. And they don't need you.
You know, you really make me feel wanted. We've had 3 murders in town, Bernie. We have one tremendously strong guy, maybe more, who goes around killing young girls. And they all lost a lot of blood.
Hey, you weren't supposed to know about that.
No, I'm not supposed to know about that. But I know it. What about your people down at the Bureau?
No, this is nothing for the Bureau to mess with at this stage.
Yeah, well, you could make some unofficial inquiries for me.
Like?
Well, like you could check around the country and check all the hospitals and see if any of them have had corpses recently, like ours, you know, all with a big loss of blood. You could check all the insane asylums across the country, the bug houses, see if they released recently a nut who thinks he's Count Dracula, even if he's done nothing to prove it.
Do you believe in vampires, little boy?
Oh, that's funny. That's very funny. It's very funny, Bertie. Ha-ha. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit there like a cheap gonoph guzzling my beer?
I'll think about it, okay? Meanwhile, I hope it doesn't disillusion you to know that the local law enforcement people go along with your views.
Oh?
Somewhat. At this moment, they're waiting for a special report from the coroner and 2 pathology experts who were flown up from LAP.
Oh, yeah?
Along with a small truckload of equipment.
Yeah? Oh, hi, Marilyn. How are you?
Hey, I like your luncheon place.
Yeah.
Well, say, if you want to hear the special report, meet me at the sheriff's office. It starts at 6:30.
Hey, thanks.
Don't thank me, just be there.
Where you go? Oh.
Mr. Kolchak, telephone, please. Mr. Kolchak. Carl Kolchak, telephone, please. Carl Kolchak.
Kolchak.
Hi, Carl. I just thought you'd like to know I heard the Parkway Hospital was knocked over.
Yeah, knocked over for what? Cash, drugs, equipment, what? Blood?
That's right. Every container in the place, their entire stock.
What about blood type?
Seems blood type and RH factor didn't much matter.
John?
Can't stop now. See you.
Yeah, but... p.m., Clark County Courthouse. Present, in addition to myself and 2 incompetents who called themselves reporters, were Warren Butcher of the Sheriff's Office, Thomas Payne of the District Attorney's Office, Captain Edward Masterson of the Las Vegas Police Department, and old buddy Bernie Jenks, holding forth with his inimitable cool, Dr. Robert McCurgy, boy coroner.
We found that death in each case was extremely swift, coming in something less than a minute. After the initial wounds were inflicted, the blood was drained very quickly, some kind of suction device being used. Now, this would explain why no blood was found anywhere in the victims or in the areas they were discovered.
Doctor, Kolchak, Daily News, do you have any idea what could have made these wounds?
They're not unlike the bite of a medium-sized dog.
What do you mean, dog? What? Dog. What are you telling us? A dog did these murders?
I didn't mean to indicate that the wounds were actually inflicted by a dog, only that they're similar to those which might be caused by a dog. A rather interesting point is that we found another substance mixed in with the traces of blood in the throat wounds, namely saliva.
What do you mean, saliva?
I mean saliva, Sheriff Butcher. Human saliva.
If McCurgy had suggested that the murders were committed by a giant butterfly, he couldn't have made more sparks.
Now, what do you mean human? Are you suggesting that each of these women was bitten in the throat by a man?
At present, the evidence points that way. However, I couldn't and wouldn't hazard a guess as to motivation. I can only be sure they each died from shock, induced by massive loss of blood.
Dr. McCurgy, is it possible that he killed these women by biting them in the throat for the express purpose of drinking their blood?
Kolchak, now you're here by the mutual suffrage of us all.
Sufferance.
What?
It's sufferance, Sheriff.
Well, whatever it is, just shut up.
I'll answer that. There have been cases of people who, through some mental derangement, have come to believe they were vampires. In Germany in the 1920s, there was one fellow who did use his teeth to rip out his victims'
Now, we are
throats.
not going to jump to any conclusions about who or what killed these women.
It is possible, you know, to type a person's blood from his saliva. If I were you, gentlemen, I'd look for a very anemic fellow, possibly with some rare blood disease.
Well, I don't care what kind of a nut killed these women. But I'll tell you this, he's out there, and I bet he's high on pot or the hard stuff, and he's going to kill again unless he's stopped. Masterson, what have your people got on this Parkway blood theft?
Well, the latest is the nurse said she saw something funny out there last night, or early this morning. Seems that a tall, skinny guy dressed as an orderly was nosing around the refrigerated storage area. That's where they keep the blood and the plasma. She didn't think much of it then, but later when she spoke about the guy to the floor super, she was told that there was no such tall, skinny guy on duty there. Description as follows. White male adult, 6'2" to 6'4", thin, about 175 pounds with pale complexion, dark hair.
So we start looking for a man, local resident, or worse yet, some outsider who may not even still be in the area. We'll check the airport, the bus terminal, railroad station, blockade the highways, and if we're lucky, we'll get him. If he's stupid enough to still be hanging around after 3 crimes. Now, you got any other suggestions?
Just do it. All right, let's break this up. Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Doctor.
Mr. Payne, I shouldn't be too inclined to reject Mr. Kolchak's theory out of hand if I were you. It is at best highly speculative, but not altogether unwarranted.
Kolchak, you can throw away that cassette. Now, this vampire stuff is to stay right in this room. Until we have the assailant in custody, we say nothing about these women being drained of blood. There'll be no rumors, no reports in the paper. The official opinion at this time is that the cause of death is undetermined. We don't want to cause a panic. It's bad for police operations. It's bad for the people. And it's bad for business. Thank you for your cooperation. Well, Kolchak, I want to have a talk with you.
Now, boys, there's no reason to bother the doctor anymore. I have a prepared statement in my office. You can go back to the lab.
Kolchak, you're becoming a real pest. I'll have to have a word or two with Vincenzo about you. You know, maybe one of the other boys at the office should handle this from here on. Keep your nose clean, son. Stay out of other people's business. It's healthier that way.
Carl, will you watch what you're saying? You know these guys. You could find yourself out of a job in 86 all over town.
That go for you too, Jenks?
Oh, boy, who can talk for you when you get like this? Now, listen, I'll nose around unofficially for you on anything you bring me, just between the two of us. But do me a favor and stay away from me for a few days, just for friendship's sake.
Did I say it was a vampire?
Well, what does your suggested headline say?
The story makes it clear.
Vampire killer in Las Vegas, question mark. Do I misread?
The story makes it clear.
Do I misread, or did you use the word vampire?
Some screwball who imagines he's a vampire is loose in Las Vegas, and people ought to be told.
If there's a screwball running around loose in Las Vegas, his last name begins with a K. You already heard about the little scene you had with the boys downtown. No vampire stories. Clear?
How about a special featurette with a border of roses? An interview with the 2 girl victims in heaven with a celestial choir in the background.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I fell asleep. What were you saying?
You know, you do great things for my masculine ego, you know?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was saying that I think that Vincenzo has the new sense of a tree stump. It's got to be one man. It's got to be. Big, strong, psychotic.
Well, you're certainly making me very glad that I work nights.
Oh, well, I told you to quit working nights, didn't I? Kolchak. I am forever in your debt, love.
What was that?
The killer's done it again.
Oh, no.
Only this time, he was seen.
Standing over there. I thought he was kissing her. And then he turned and she fell down over there by the car. He must have followed her home. I'm sorry. I can't.
Victim number 4. Mary Brandon, showgirl, 25, 5 feet 8 inches tall, 125 luscious pounds. Less the weight of 12 pints of blood, of course. Well, looks like Bela Lugosi's struck again.
Knock it off. It's her daughter.
Oops.
I'm all right now.
Now, the car he drove away in, was it new?
No. It was a few years old, I think. It was a maroon coupe.
I'll call it in.
Barney, may I,
Yeah, but take it easy.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Kolchak, the Daily News. That was your daughter? My best contact in Las Vegas has always been Helen O'Brien, chief switchboard operator at the county courthouse. Hello, adorable.
You're a sadist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I could take it back.
Ah, over my dead, plump body.
Listen, you magnificent morsel. The DMV is checking on the suspect's car. Now, you couldn't help me in that area, could you?
Of course not. Bribed again.
Kolchak?
No, Bertie. Come on.
How'd you like to see the killer's face?
Sherman Duffy of the Chicago Globe once described a reporter as follows. Socially, he fits in somewhere between a hooker and a bartender.
Spiritually, he stands beside Galileo because he knows the world is round. Not that it does much good, of course, when his editor knows it's flat.
Kolchak.
Shelley Forbes has got to be his fifth victim. Look at the way her dog was killed.
You'll never give up, do you?
What do you mean?
I mean, this is unacceptable.
Unacceptable?
Kolchak, I'm very close to firing you, even though the owner of this paper has a soft spot in his head for has-been big city reporters. I am tired of your pressure, Kolchak. I'm tired of the owner's pressure. I'm tired of the pressure from all around me to blow the story up on the one hand and keep it under wraps on the other. I am tired of being the middleman, Kolchak. Do you understand that? Can you understand that?
What do you want, Vincenzo? A testimonial from Count Dracula?
Out! Get out!
What is this get out game we play? This nut thinks he is a vampire. He has killed 4, maybe 5 women. He has drained every drop of blood from every one of them. Now, that is news, Vincenzo. News. And we are a news paper. We are supposed to print news, not suppress it.
You know darn well why we're soft peddling this thing.
No! Tell me why. Could it be because we have been told to?
Kolchak, you are an idiot. Worse, you're irresponsible. All these murders mean to you is a byline.
Well, what the hell difference does it matter what it means to me? The point is that we are suppressing news. We are withholding information. Everybody in town knows what's going on. The police, the DA, the coroner's office, every reporter on every newspaper in Las Vegas knows what's going on. The only people who don't know are the people.
At last, you got the point, Kolchak. The people in Las Vegas don't know. Because the people in Las Vegas would come unglued if they did know. Even more than they're coming unglued already. Capiche?
Tuesday, May 25th, 7:30 p.m. Helen O'Brien had told me that the DMV had come up with 16 possibles. All but one had been eliminated. The car owner's name, Martin Lubin. Address on Spring Mountain Road. Name and address, both phony. Name of salesman who sold car, Fred Hurley.
So I sets him a price. He don't say nothing. He just stands there looking at me.
All right, now how'd you find out about this, Kolchak?
Well, a fine little bird told me about it.
Now
Don't
you
stop
just
at my account.
keep your mouth shut.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, like I said, he just stands there looking at me. Then he tells me the price is too high, $300 too high. And he keeps staring at me as if daring me to tell him the price is $1,200.
Is this fella?
Now stop doing our job for us, Kolchak. That's already been established.
Yeah, well, you see, I told him only he had a mustache.
Mustache?
Yeah.
Did you sell him the car?
Well, I started to say no. But something inside tells me, don't mess with this guy. I mean, he's a creep. With them red eyes and that voice, he's enough to keep a guy from working nights.
Oh, there you are, ghoulies, and we're back. I hope you're enjoying the Night Stalker. Definitely craziness about a killer in Las Vegas who turns out to be a vampire, of course. Nobody believes Kolchak yet, anyway.
No, they never do.
No. And, yeah, this movie kind of got a dark ending, and not the way you might think, but definitely set everybody up in the 70s for a good vampire film. It's often debated who was the first movie company to bring the vampire to a modern setting and out of like Victorian Gothic romance kind of a thing.
Yes.
And the answer really is, I'm not sure who was the first, but it was done with Blackula. It was done with Count Yorga, and it was done with Christopher Lee in Dracula AD 1972.
Indeed.
And with the Night Stalker, which we have tonight. And those movies all came out around the same time. So.
Now, how close is this coming up to the release of things like Dark Shadows, the TV series?
Dark Shadows was done. As a matter of fact, I think
Yeah.
Dan Curtis did Night Stalker.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of ties into that, like, I mean, it's got that almost Vegas
Well,
noir.
once Dark Shadows went off the air, then Dan Curtis produced Jekyll and Hyde, House of Dark Shadows, and there's a couple different Dark Shadows movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did Dorian Gray version, which I'd like to show, but it's way too long to be in 1 hour, one show.
Right.
And one time we did show it, we had to split it up and play it twice. So.
Right, a two-parter. You keep the suspense. Yeah.
But yeah, Darren McGavin being in the Christmas Story movie definitely pushed that one over. That and the schools look exactly like the schools around here.
They do, yes.
Yeah, they could have probably sold them windows on Washington somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
Right. I'm sure there's a movie set looking for windows.
Yeah. Well, these were brand new windows, but
I know.
and then they boarded up the windows on the schools. But these schools around here, actually, Washington Junior High was considered a Gothic revival design.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
well, you know, now that's gone.
Yes, and it was I believe 1921 was built. If I remember correctly, I did have a short time there for my ghoulish education.
But they're quickly building a new school from the old trailers on Old Sheridan Road by Chicken Alley over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is, or as we call it, Ryan Road. Okay. Yes. And reports of Igor walking on the ice in the harbor topless is way overrated.
Okay.
Woo.
Yeah.
Getting a little wild in the wintertime.
I guess so.
He knows how to shake it.
Yeah. No.
No.
Anyway, Darren McGavin, he's always was good in everything he did. I love him in The Christmas Story. I love him in this. He's just a great character actor. I guess he wasn't the easiest guy to work with. He was kind of particular, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes those actors are a little.
You know, if you said Subway Subs was on some street, but it really wasn't, and it was in the script and it was wrong, he would call that out.
Oh.
And the other one would be Mr. Brady from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, sure.
There was something in the script, and he said that's not accurate information. He wouldn't say it, you know. So
there you go, standing on business.
But yeah, Darren McGavin. If I would have loved to have been on the set of The Christmas Story, A Christmas Story, whatever they say. There's and but we know. Yeah. And the other interesting thing is there's a shot of a streetcar in A Christmas Story.
Oh, yes.
And that streetcar is part of the line downtown now.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to definitely get a hold of the alderman, you know, and see if, like, you know, when they do their Christmas thing, they ought to do something to play up on that. You think that would be an attraction to people because that movie's so popular.
Yes.
You know, could be a good thing. Anyway, you get right into it now. That's right. The Night Stalker on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater.
All my life I've waited for a story like this. All my life. And when it finally comes, I can't get it printed. Do you know the holes in Mary Brandon's neck were airbrushed out before they printed the photographs? Yeah.
Carl, if you keep going on like this, you're going to get fired again. Let's see, how many times has it been? Twice in Washington, 3 times in New York, twice in Chicago, and once, or was it twice in Boston? Huh.
I'm becoming extinct in my own lifetime. Homo nous hocus, natural habitat, a pool of sour mash bourbon. You know, I really ought to light a candle to Ben Heck.
Here.
You ought to quit your job, you know.
And you'll support me?
Well, oh, come on, honey, I'm serious. That weirdo's hit 5 girls, and they were all night workers.
5?
Yeah, 5.
Oh.
Yeah, a girl named Shelley Forbes is missing, and I'll bet my bottom dollar she's victim number 5. Yeah, you know, you are in the shirt pretty good there.
Carl, I've been doing some thinking. Oh, what do you know about vampires?
Well, only they wear dinner suits and talk with marbles in their mouth.
Oh, will you please be serious?
What's my natural habitat, darling?
Open it.
Oh. Everything you always want to know about vampires, we're afraid to ask.
No, you're going to look at it.
Come on, why?
Well, what if the killer's a real vampire?
Oh, honey, please. I've had a very
He's done
long
everything
week.
that's in this book.
Whoopee.
You're going to read it.
Yes, all right. I'm going to read it. Ooh, ah.
Oh, now, come on. You're a big, tough reporter. You can take it. You might even get a good feature article out of it.
That's it. Oh, yeah. Since the beginning of man's existence, there have been creatures of the night, crazed monsters that track the bloody prints through the pages of fact and fiction. Of them all, the vampire seems to have accumulated the largest body of documentation. Yeah. By night, the vampire is virtually indestructible, fearing only the sign of the cross. Before daybreak, he must return to his coffin, otherwise he will be destroyed by the purifying rays of the sun. It is then, while he lies dormant, he can be destroyed by hammering a wooden stake through his heart. According to the legend, the victim of the vampire will ultimately rise again as the living dead and must be destroyed in a similar manner. From any source available, the vampire must have blood.
He's in there.
I was doing double duty as night editor when the PD squawk box went crazy about a wild brawl at the old town hospital. Thursday, May 27th, 8:20 a.m., and things were rolling. Our morning edition hit the streets, recapping all the action at the hospital. The TV people, as usual, had missed out completely, and the radio stations were literally reading our copy on the air. But now the whole lid was really blown off. The maniac had been identified. Sorry I'm late. I just got these out of the suit. Yeah.
Now, here's a rundown on the Scotland Yard and the Interpol findings. Subject, Janos Skorzny. Born in Craiesti, Romania, 1899.
Now, wait just a minute. You trying to tell me this guy's over 70 years old? Come on, Bernie, your boys have come up with a wrong man.
Like hell we have. These facts have been triple-checked and confirmed. Now, look, I've been up all night, and I'm pretty tired. Now, do you want it or don't you?
All right, Bernie, just take it easy. Let's hear it.
All right. Skorzny's father died in 1923. He left somewhere between $75 and $100 million. At this time, he began to travel, and he became known throughout Eastern Europe as a big lover of nightlife. Now, we don't have a lot more on him before World War II. However, Scotland Yard reports that he showed up in England just in time for the German Blitz. I'm sure Mr. Kolchak will find the following facts of interest.
Such formality from a man who always guzzles my beer.
While in England, he passed himself off as Dr. Paul Belasco, specialist in hematology research. His work involved freshly killed air raid victims from various London emergency rooms. As a matter of fact, at his residence in Shafto Court, he installed several kinds of sumps, tubs, and an extremely large commercial meat freezer. In 1948, he turned up in Canada still as Dr. Belasco. And further checking made his presence known in almost every place along the U.S.-Canadian border where rioting and violence and a number of dead bodies were found. We believe he left Canada for Vegas April 19th under the name of Detective Constable Alan Hensley. Now, because of his British citizenship, he is an international fugitive. So my people are very interested in it. This is no longer just a local matter. Now, gentlemen, the one constant that has shown up in all of our reports is that Scoresny's travels have always been accompanied by a number of unexplained killings, many of which have one thing in common: a massive loss of blood. So, if Scoresny is not the vampire of Mr. Kolchak's theories, he is certainly the suspect of multiple homicides extending back some 30 years.
Mr. Jenks, you seem to be running this show. Could I have a minute to say something?
Mr. Kolchak, you have the floor.
Kolchak, you keep it short.
I was at the hospital yesterday, and a lot of things were happening that you just simply cannot explain away. Sheriff, your own men shot at him, some at point-blank range. How come didn't even slow him down? How come a man over 70 years old can outrun a police car? How come this same man, when slugged in the head, doesn't even bleed? Now, I saw those gashes in his head, and whatever was trickling down from those wounds, it was clear. It was
now,
not
this guy's
blood.
got a motor mouth. Can't we shut him up?
No, let him hang himself. Then we'll finally be rid of him.
So far, he has killed 4, probably 5 women. Now, the coroner said that those bite marks on the throat were made by human teeth. He practically confirmed the fact that he actually drank their blood. Now, wait, now, whatever the Scoresny may be, he seemed to be functioning as if he were a vampire. Now, you can go on operating as if he were an ordinary man. That's up to you. But I know that the only way you're going to get him is if you proceed under the assumption that he's a real live vampire. Now, the research that I've been able to find...
Wait a minute, Kolchak, have you lost your mind? Can you imagine the total blind panic this town would be in if the public were told we were actually looking for a vampire? Not to mention the irreparable damage it would do to the image of law enforcement in Vegas.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's it. Boy, I really can't believe that you guys are so afraid of appearing stupid that you'll ignore the only possible way of nailing him.
You listen, Kolchak, and you listen good. We'll handle this by ourselves, and without undue public observation.
No undue public observation. You've blown it already. Look here. Look what's appeared in my paper today. People are going to be calling for a grand jury investigation. You can't stop the rumors from all over.
Sit down. I don't care what's been printed in the newspapers. This man is still classified as an ordinary maniac, and he'll be settled by standard police procedures.
Oh, boy.
And you better start cooperating with that fact, Kolchak, or you want to get your pushy-tushy kicked right out of town. You dig?
Yes, sir, I dig. But just remember, the next time you blow it, who's got the answers, sir?
All right, Ed. Let's get on with it. What have you got?
Oh, 2 departments combined of 650 men on full-time duty. All leaves are canceled, and everyone's working a 16-hour day. Our chopper is going from dusk to dawn. We've got unmarked cars patrolling the casino center and the Strip. All roads are blocked, and we're receiving complete cooperation from the Highway Patrol and the Jeep posse.
You got it?
Got it.
Repeat. What did I say?
Show every real estate agent in town a picture of this guy's puss and ask them if they sold a house to anybody that looks like him.
Good boy, you got it. Now get going.
Now, wait a minute. When did I lose this last dollar?
Mickey, has the idea of winning ever occurred to you?
Oh, boy.
You spoke.
You know, I have a very strange, unhappy feeling that the police are never going to catch his murderer. I also have another very unhappy feeling.
Which is?
That this case may be even bigger than I thought it was.
Bigger?
Well, stranger than. I've seen a lot of weird things in my life, love. I have never, ever seen anything like this.
You don't tell me that you're finally going to believe?
I don't even want to think about it.
Car 14, check out the report of the two ladies downtown on Casino Drive. Code 1033, code 1033. All units. Janos Skorzeny, spotted in 1969. Green unpaneled station wagon. Intersection OK and Hustles. ID confirmed. Positive visual contact made. Units 7 and 8, seal off. Rexford and Hustles at OK. Repeat, units 7 and 8. Unit 3, close off Park Paseo, Las Vegas Boulevard. Units 4, 6, move north to face Unit 3 at Park Paseo and 5th. Unit 5, move up to Bracken. To 5th place, all units.
Get up. Slowly.
He's pulling the chambers down.
Friday, May 28, 3:17 a.m. Despite the helicopters, the highway patrol, the Jeep posse, despite the blocking of every major road and highway, despite the mass coverage of Las Vegas by every available man in both police and sheriff departments, Janos Skorzeny was still at large. The courthouse conference room had been a scene of chaos for more than 3 hours now. Messages were still flooding in from every outside unit. Every available man who had taken place in the capture attempt was being debriefed. At the hospital, 2 officers had died and a third was hovering on the edge. Reports on them were still coming in as the greatest manhunt in the history of Las Vegas continued in vain.
Oh, thanks, Bernie. Yeah. Well, what are we going to do?
Now, are you willing to listen to my insane ideas?
Kolchak, get out of here. Warren, hold it. Kolchak, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah?
Every man we've questioned insists not only that Skorzeny was possessed of incredible strength, but that he was shot more than once during the capture attempt.
Oh, I'd say it 30, 40 times.
I'm sorry, I'm not buying that.
Captain, you have 2 choices. Either he was shot, or your entire police department is blind.
Ed, let's admit it. We had the man, had him cornered, and we couldn't hold him. Let Kolchak have his say.
Oh, before I do, is it agreed that in return for my help, you will grant me the exclusive rights to the entire story?
Well, let's say it's agreeable if we decide to follow your suggestions regarding the suspect.
Fine, fine, because if you don't follow my suggestions, you're going to be chasing your suspect till doomsday.
Kolchak, just get on with it.
Of course. Each man in the field is to be issued one of these, to be carried in his pocket. This gentleman...
Where'd you get that?
Well, I have a friend who's got a furniture repair store. I woke him up and had him make it. Each man in the field is to be issued one of these and one of these.
Are you suggesting that we pound one of these into Skorzeny's chest?
No, into his heart.
There's a legal phrase for that, Kolchak. You might have run into it once or twice in your broad experience. It's called premeditated murder.
It's the only way you're going to stop him. You heard your own men. Can they all be wrong? Oh, you can stop your nighttime chases from now on, too, gentlemen. The only hope you have is to spot Skorzeny and then track him back to where he lives and wait until sunrise before finishing him off. He's only vulnerable during the day. At night, he's much too strong. Yes, gentlemen, I hate to say this, but it looks as if we have a real live vampire on our hands.
Ed.
Yes, sir.
Warren. Yeah.
Tom, I'd like to be in on this, too.
Okay, Kolchak, you've got yourself a deal. Conditional.
What's that?
Butcher here will issue the crosses, the mallets, the stakes. The one thing he won't do is depart from established police procedures. If feasible, Skorzeny is to be taken alive and held for trial.
Trial?
That's right, trial. Trial.
All right. In return for what?
You'll get the exclusive rights to the story.
Good.
When the blackout is lifted.
Yeah. Any other conditions?
One more.
What's that?
If it turns out you were wrong, you're to be out of town in 12 hours. Take it or leave it.
All right, I'll take it. Because I know I'm right. And you know I'm right. Right. Ciao! I'll take Manhattan, the Bronx and Staten Island, too. Watch out, you great, big, wonderful Big Apple. Kolchak's coming back. Yeah! There's Manhattan's coming here. Wait till I get to land. Dee-da-da-da-da.
It's me, Crawford. What are you doing driving off with me in the back seat?
What are you doing in my back seat?
I wanted to talk to you. I saw your car parked here, so I got in to wait for you, and I got sleepy.
You got sleepy.
Hey, I think I found the house.
I told Crocker to give me 30 minutes before telling Jenks where I was. That way I could get to see the house alone for a while and also keep the police from arriving before dawn, which I knew they'd do if they got the chance, no matter what I told them.
uniforms. Shh, 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 relax, son.
His own private blood bank. Wow.
There you are, Ghoulies, and we're right in it here. The Night Stalker, starring Darren McGavin. Like I said before, it ended up a TV show. Had some really interesting, episodes. And the funny thing about it is the first one tonight, he's in Las Vegas, and the second one, then he was in Seattle, and then the TV series was set in Chicago.
Ah, interesting.
And one of the episodes was about like a dinosaur creature walking around down in the subways of Chicago.
Oh my God!
I know, right?
Oh, creepy.
Possible.
Huh?
It's possible.
What, dinosaurs in the subways?
Of Chicago.
Chicago? You never know. It's Chicago.
That's right.
You don't even know what's in Lower Walker Drive.
Oh, they're in Chicago. The dinosaurs have voting rights. I mean,
they're valuable citizens.
So does Sasquatch there. Bradley, I'll have to find out for you if you're ready to vote in this next election.
We'll have to get him registered if he's not. Right.
You can use my card.
Yeah.
That's nothing wrong with that.
I think that felony for the lampitic compression device, I don't think you can vote anymore. Can
Oh,
you?
no, I got a pardon for that, so I'm good.
Oh, you got a pardon?
That's right.
Who pardoned you?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. All I know is they let me out.
You just got the letter.
They let me out. That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
Was it Orville Redenbacher? Did he give you some popcorn?
As a matter of fact, I did get some. Microwave. Put it
Yeah.
in. That's all we got in
Well,
this
I
joint.
don't want to get too political on the show, but I will say there's way too many Orville Redenbachers in charge of things. I'm not going to get any popcorn soon, am I?
Probably not.
Just that pre-bagged cold stuff that Joey serves next door at Corette's.
Congealed butter.
But if you had a few beers, it's all good, right?
Hey,
it all goes down.
Yeah. I have a funny feeling there's beers going down while this show is being watched by the viewers.
Oh, I would hope so. It's a Friday night, isn't it?
Saturday night, Friday at midnight, and Tuesday at 3 p.m.
Indeed, indeed.
And Tuesday at 3 p.m., that's usually when the seniors, like Ivan Cryptosis, catch the show.
Yes,
indeed. And usually seniors are drinking by 3 o'clock on a weekday. So
sure,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
retired.
you got to have time for them to be wheeled in front of the TV.
Yes.
At the Dayton Hotel, right?
That's right.
Hello, folks.
I don't know if you realize this, Ghoulies, but we went to the Dayton Hotel on Halloween.
We have
Was
quite...
Igor there too?
I don't believe so, no.
Oh,
No.
You skip out on us.
Oh, well.
I don't remember that they're on the schedule.
You didn't get the memo, huh?
I didn't get no memo
Next
on that
year.
one. Mm-hmm.
Next year. But we do have quite a large fan base.
They
it
asked
comes out I was purposely
they asked
not on
me,
the schedule. Huh?
And then they requested Pearl.
Oh, well, that's
The
all right.
residents.
It's okay.
All right, Ghoulie.
Darling.
You get right back into it now. That's right, the Night Stalker on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater.
Do you think they'll print it?
I know they will. We've got an agreement.
Hey, you look kind of tired. Do you want me to drive you to the office?
Go on, hush about it. I want to finish this in time for the special edition. Hey, why don't you stop working nights
Oh, Carl, not that again.
and marry me? Yeah, well, you're a good cooker and a good kisser. Why not?
Oh, baby, you're gonna love New York City. Honey, after this story hits the news services with my byline on it.
Us married?
Yes, us married. Don't look now, baby. But Kolchak's coming back in style.
There you are, Vincenzo. And if I do say so myself, it's sensational.
I'm sure it is, Carl.
You're going to put it in the special edition?
Right.
Yeah, with pictures.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the news services.
Okay, fine.
What's got into you, Vincenzo? You sick or something?
I think this is all fine, Carl. Fine. Jenks has been trying to reach you.
Yeah, what do you want?
He wants to see you over at the DA's office. Why don't you run over there now?
Yeah.
Kolchak. You're one hell of a reporter.
Thank you, sir. And a bright good morning to all of you. Bernie, what did you,
Is your name Carl Kolchak, and do you reside in the city of Las Vegas?
Well, you know my name's Carl Kolchak. What's going on?
Carl Kolchak, you're under arrest on the charge of murder. The state requires that you be informed that you have the right to remain silent.
No. Oh, no. No chance. You're not going to pull that one on me. No.
Kolchak! You are under arrest.
All right, Payne, just what kind of a dirty deal is this?
You have a very short memory, Kolchak. A few hours ago, Sheriff Butcher himself saw you actually pound a wooden stake through a man's heart with this mallet. A man wanted for questioning. Questioning, mind you. He hadn't been arrested. He hadn't even been charged.
You broke up our stakeout, and after we were kind enough to invite you to go along, you just charged in there in front of us and killed Janos Skorzeny before we had a chance to do anything. Well, you were even ranting and raving about this Skorzeny being some kind of a vampire, and you had to save the world.
And that, Mr. Kolchak, is murder one. Now, if you plead insanity, you might get lucky, but I promise you this. You'll be committed to an asylum for the rest of your life.
I pull your fat out of the fire, and you do this.
Carl, will you just sit down a minute and listen to them?
Bernie, you were there!
Carl, just listen.
This is your story, Kolchak. It's already being printed. This morning, shortly before sunrise, Las Vegas Sheriff deputies under the command of Sheriff Warren A. Butcher, 45, surrounded the home of Janos Skorzeny, a fugitive from a federal warrant, and in a pitch-gun battle were forced to kill him.
Never. You'll never get away with it.
What's to stop me?
You're gonna stop yourself, Kolchak. Because if you open your mouth, we'll find you, bring you back, use this warrant, and put you away forever. Pick him up, Kolchak. Pick him up and get out of town. Now, we'll take care of your back rent.
I want to call Gail.
She's not there, Carl.
What have you done with her?
Nothing. We just asked the young lady if she'd be good enough to leave town.
She's an undesirable element, Kolchak, and we don't want undesirable elements in Las Vegas.
Carl, there's nothing I can do. Carl, you let me know where you end up, huh?
Yeah, sure, Bernie. I'll keep in touch. So all the loose ends have been gathered together and tied into a pretty knot right around the neck of guess who. After I left town, I began putting notices in the personal columns of newspapers from San Francisco to St. Louis. Until I ran out of money, that is. So far, I've received no answers, but I'll keep trying, even though I don't think I'll ever find Gail Foster again. Maybe it's just as well. So that's it. The book's finished, and now you'll have to judge for yourself. I must warn you, however, if you try to verify this account, you will find it quite impossible. Item, in Washington, D.C., there is no longer a file listing the suspect under his true name or any of his alleged aliases. Item, in Las Vegas, all of those who were involved have either left town, aren't talking, or are dead. I haven't had a decent night's sleep since all this happened. And now you might find it difficult, too, because there is still one fact that cannot be buried. After the death of Janos Skorzeny, he and all of his victims were immediately cremated. Why? Remember the legend? All those who die from the bite of the vampire will return as a vampire, unless destroyed first. So think about it and try to tell yourself, wherever you may be, in the quiet of your home, in the safety of your bed, try to tell yourself, it couldn't happen here.
Ghoulies, and here we are at the end of another great show, The Night Stalker. Some definitely creepy moments here.
Yes, yes. Fantastic, supernatural, Vegas noir style kind of mystery supernatural murder.
If anybody can access Tales from the Dark Side, Distant Signals. It's a great story about a guy that you assume he's an alien. To me, he looks like he was in the Human League, if you know who that was from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But you assume he's an alien, and he comes to this old production company with gold bars because he wants to bring back this old TV show. And they go, well, you can't do it because you'd have to have that actor. And they think, he's a drunk now. He works at a bar. And so the guy has found him already, and then he rehabilitates him.
Oh, there you go.
It's a good one. I won't say how it comes out, but it's a very unlikely of a Tales from the Dark Side show. So very cool, very cool. Darren McGavin, awesome. Of course, everybody knows him now from the Christmas Story, probably more than anything. But
yes.
I always thought, we'll finally find out where Richie's dad worked.
Right? Could we say this is an unofficial prequel? And in the Christmas Story universe, do vampires exist?
Yeah. And it was funny in the Christmas Story, they had him cursing. I don't think either they wanted to get a lower rating.
Right.
But so Darren McGavin's just making up, mumbling nonsense swear words. Hasta for Pfeiffer, and he's battling the furnace down there.
Yeah.
Ooh, put the damper all the way down again. I mean, he was just great in that movie. That movie is just great, period.
So good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the streetcar in Kenosha. We need to have a streetcar. Bring another streetcar ride down.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see if I can coordinate that with the Christmas shenanigans going on down there.
Yes, absolutely. We need a spooky Christmas ride.
Yeah.
A holiday
absolutely.
Christmas ride and then a spooky.
Well, the St. Patty's Day parade's coming up again.
Oh, that's true.
But I don't know what we'd ride in.
Oh, true.
Maybe how about a 1978 AMC Concorde?
Ooh. That sounds pretty fly.
It's wonderfully beige. It's
lovely. Beautiful neutral. We'll blend right in.
Unless I take a brush to it, I'm not sure.
Hey, you can do something cool with it.
Anyway, Ghoulies, you have a horrifying week, and we'll see you next time on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. And remember, get your binoculars. Give me reports on what's going on with the harbor with this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Understand having an alias?
Having an alias?
Well, yeah.
Buster. Having an alias.
An alter.
Oh, yeah, sure. I have many of them.
Well, while I'm on that, is Buster ever going to return?
Buster's in Betty Ford Clinic, and I don't think they're going to let him out, if you want to know what I think.
Okay, where did I see a little bit on I think it was on your website, about a balance of optimism and pessimism. Did you say that?
I think somebody got me to say that in an interview, because they were saying that, I'm interested in this kind of a philosopher, kind of a comedian philosopher who's was a Romanian cat who lived in Paris, and his name was Emile Cioran. And this woman who had interviewed me looked him up and started reading some of his stuff, and she said, "Oh my God, it's so pessimistic, And I think it's funny, so I was trying to explain to her that the void is ever present or not present, depending on your definition of nothing. And so I was trying to explain to her that you have to have a sense of humor of such things, because you want to keep on taking in air and enjoying the fruits of the Maya.
Okay, because, every time I've been looking through all these pictures of you, and you're always smiling.
I'm smiling.
You're always happy.
Sure. It's kind of like whistling in the graveyard.
Okay, we know about that. So how's this tour been going so far? Now you've got like 3 brand new albums. They're all fantastic. I mean I've got every one. I played them over and over and over again. And so what's it like now?
Dancing Backward in High Heels.
I love that album.
On 429 Records. Is that what it is? 429?
But yeah, that was a real surprise too. And I mean, just what's it like? Just I mean, still be doing this? Should I say what's been 40 years?
No,
with 400.
We're 300 of rock and roll years. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're still young.
Oh yeah, definitely young.
Biblical ages, of course. We've got a lot more to go. We're like old turtles.
But you're moving pretty quick.
Well, it's there's help. There's help involved. I don't want to get into it.
Can I say that? Do you want to know what it's like?
Yes.
I'm going to say, 2 days ago, we stopped for breakfast in a place called Albert Lee, Minnesota. Now, one would think, oh, Albert Lee, Minnesota, what could possibly be the significance of Albert Lee, Minnesota? Well, if you look it up on Wikipedia, you'll find under famous people from Albert Lee, Minnesota, one, Mr. Eddie Cochran.
Ah, awesome. Well, you never know where they go. I mean, Orson Welles came from Kenosha, Wisconsin. That's where I'm from. So Orson Welles.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you should be very.
Really?
He did. Yeah, he did.
Wow.
He did. So we were talking about your guitars a little bit earlier, like the Dan Electro. Now you play like a lot of hollow bodies and different things. So what was involved with the sound you're looking for?
It's really weird that this is like it's a perfect transformation here because he just said Eddie Cochran. I mean Eddie Cochran. That's why I play those hollows and and I fuck around with those pickups and I change everything. I mean I get it from Gretsch and then I just like change the whole thing, put Gibson pickups in there and and anything else that doesn't quite work. And of course you gotta hammer down that bridge. If not, boy, she's like, every time I play it, it'd be like out of tune every other thing, and it's still out of tune anyways, But hollows are their own animals, and they move a lot more than solid bodies and stuff like that. More susceptible to the weather.
Well, there's definitely a definite sound. What was, starting out, I'll ask you both, what was some of the I suppose the bigger influences and really shape, because I mean you have a very unique and cool sound. It's always been my favorite. And what do you think was the beginnings of shaping that?
Houdini.
I personally like a white guitar. Sil likes a gold guitar, but he also likes a white guitar. He used to have a white guitar. Now he has a gold guitar.
This is the first.
But I'm not sure because I can't remember how the white guitar sounded, but I think the white guitar sounds as good, if not better, than a gold guitar.
No, it's exactly. If you use a purple Marshall compared to like a black Marshall, the purple one is a lot louder. Sure. Sounds better.
It looks better.
It looks better. She's sexier, but the color just makes it louder for some crazy reason.
It's loud. I don't know what it is. I think you get a guitar. Some people like a red guitar. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a matter of taste.
Okay.
And some people don't like guitars whatsoever, and they start singing and blowing the harmonica.
Okay. Well, that's right.
I like guitars. If you're referring to me, I like guitars. I just find them kind of cumbersome to, carry around.
So what can we expect from the set tonight? What are we looking at?
If you were a tuba player, you'd have to schlep that thing every place you went. No, I like a harmonica. You know why? It fits in your pocket, and you're on your way. And say you have to run,
You know who's got it really good, David? Who's that? The triangulist. He's got it really. He's in the union. He sits there. He plays. He goes dink dink dink. Here's $1,500.
He's the triangle player. He stands next to the timpani player.
Yes.
He brings the timpani player a pastrami sandwich before the concert, and he has the timpani player give him the look when it's time to hit the, and he's got it covered.
He doesn't even know how to read. You see this? I should have been a triangulist. I'm beginning to find out my true, reason for being.
As opposed to being a triangulationist.
Well, I've tried that. That didn't work. Landed me in the slammer.
Okay, wow.
This is too much information.
Well, it's going to come in handy later, I'm sure. But, well, how's the tour been going for you?
Please don't show this.
The tour. We're just getting warmed up. We've been out like what is it, about 3 weeks now?
I thought it was like 3 years already.
No.
With this tour.
We're just getting warmed up.
No, okay, yeah. It's been about like 3 months at least.
Awesome. And you're having a good time?
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Any more movies coming up for you?
Not that I know of, but I'm available. I know a lot of big producers watch this show, so
there's a few maybe not that big. But I mean, you had some great, this is a monster movie show, and we want to remind the audience you were in Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
I was, and also I'm a huge fan of Ghidra, the hideous three-headed monster.
You're going to speak to a lot of our fans out there. That's one of the favorites on the Crimson Theater. Yeah,
it's the best. It's the best. When Rodan and Godzilla have to team up to fight Ghidra, it's probably one of the most thrilling moments in
cinematic history. Well, that's definitely the horror show fans will like that.
Yeah, and Behemoth is pretty good too.
Oh, the giant behemoth.
Behemoth.
And every now and then we actually perform Frankenstein, our song.
Oh well, now was that one inspired by the monster or by something else?
Mainly a lover.
Okay.
Who was a Frankenstein?
Aren't they all?
No, sometimes they could. I don't know. They could be the Wolfman.
Yeah, well, it depends. They're one of those hippie types that don't shave.
Oh, yes, that's true. I like those hairy chests sometimes.
Okay. That's real good.
It's legal in New York now.
What is hairy chest?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
Hairy chest only on monkeys though in New York.
Okay.
So you see a hairy chest, that guy's a monkey.
So is there going to be another new New York Dolls album?
I hope so. If we survive this tour, we'll probably make another one.
Awesome. Got to keep going. It's great to have you guys here.
Thank you.
It's awesome. And I just have to say, you buy a record when you're a kid, and you're still playing that record now.
Yeah.
And, it's just the gift that keeps on giving. And I just like to thank both of you for the years of music and entertainment. I mean, so many have gotten tired on my year anyway, but not you guys.
Well, thank you. Thanks,
Doc.
Thank you. Everybody I know hears me talk about you guys all the time. On the Crimson Theater, too. So.
Well, that's great.
And now they know you like Ghidra, too. So
for me to be up here on the Crimson Theater is kind of like a dream come true, a lifetime dream come true. So I want to thank you for felicitating this event.
Well, thanks, I guess, unless you have any final thoughts for my loyal night children, the ghoulies out there, one last thing to tell them.
Well, monsters are scary, but that doesn't mean that you can't get a good night's sleep.
We've caught up to the one and only Rob Zombie, a very big name in the horror business. And, I guess my first question is kind of where did it all start out in the beginning?
Oh, man. That's a long ways off. I don't know. I don't know where it all started. I don't even know where it's going to end. I don't even know where I am right now. So, somewhere.
Well, that's very good, and then I remember I was coming back from Madison when they debuted your I think it was the first solo album, and it's amazing that was about 10 years ago, and the staying power that one had. So that was a different plateau, and you were coming up on the movie thing. But so how did the solo career change things for you? I guess.
The solo career was that was just out of necessity. I mean, I'd been in White Zombie since. I guess we started in '85, and things were great. I mean, at that point, White Zombie was huge when the band fell apart, but it was just bad combination of personalities. Nobody could get along. It wasn't fun. So I was like, I'm just going to break away and do it myself, which seemed crazy because that never works. It's always a disaster for most people, except for maybe Ozzy and Sting. It never works. But I had to do it just because I can't do things unless it's fun, and White Zombie just wasn't fun anymore. So.
I think when you were in White Zombie, you played some clubs around here, like before it really went big, and maybe early '90s. The Unicorn. Were you at the Unicorn?
I don't remember the names of any of the places, but I do remember coming here. I mean, for sure, we would play because we had a tour manager at the time who was from here, so we would always be very conscious of being in Wisconsin. So, yeah, we come here a lot. There was never anybody. The shows were always terrible. No one would ever show up. I mean, in the early days, it'd be like 5 people.
Well, I remember you had mentioned back you were still trying to find a niche back then because you guys were doing something nobody else really did.
Yeah, we were really out of sync with the music scene at that time, so it didn't make sense because we weren't really metal and we weren't really, well, grunge didn't happen yet, so we weren't really anything. We didn't know what the hell we were. And then even once we signed to Geffen and we were making records, it still didn't make sense. We needed the world to come around to our side of things more than because we couldn't fit the other way.
Well, it has an incredible way, and like you are definitely one of the few people that's had an extraordinary solo career. And I mean, just maybe what's some of your influences that if you have any or any particular favorites out there that made you want to pick up an instrument or start singing, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, growing up in the '70s as a little kid, I mean, I worshipped Alice Cooper and Kiss and everything that you would, Elton John and Queen and Blue Oyster Cult, whatever. So that was really the thing that made me love music. I mean, but at the time, in a way, those bands were so larger than life, it didn't seem like a career choice. It seemed unattainable. And then the thing that really made it seem like, oh, you can have a band, which is the same story you've heard from a million people. Like, once you get into punk rock and discover the Ramones and bands like that, that's like, oh, this seems doable on some level. So that's basically what it was.
Well, that's really really awesome. And now this is where it starts, where you've done something that nobody else did. I remember a quote someone said about Lon Chaney Sr. that he was talking to Boris Karloff, and he said, what you got to do is you got to do something nobody else does and do it better than anyone else. And now in your films and your music, it seems like that's really, in a way, what you've done.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really never set out to, with any conscious way, ever thinking like, oh, I want to do something no one else has done. I never really think that. I just really wanted. There's things that I want to see and I don't see them. So I go, well, rather than sitting around crying that I don't see it, I should go do it myself. And that was sort of the thing with movies. I always loved movies, but I just wanted to be part of it. I always wanted to do the same with music, but now it's just about making movies that I think should exist that don't exist. I think all movies are too clean, they're too corporate, they're too everything. I just get bored. I go to the movies, I get bored. You can sometimes sit there and you can recite the dialogue to a movie you haven't seen yet. It's so predictable, You know exactly what's going to happen. You know exactly who's going to live and who's going to die because of who's cast in the movie. I mean, and I just get bored. Sometimes as much as I love movies, I hate going to the movies anymore. So that's sort of what inspired me there.
Yeah, I really totally enjoy the way you put them together. Do you use different cameras and such for different effects, or do you use one basic camera that has multitudes of effects on it, or you use different cameras for different things?
Every movie has been different. I mean, the last I don't remember what cameras we've used over the years. I mean, I shot A House of a Thousand Corpses many different ways. I shot that in 35 millimeter, but then later I shot some of it on Super 8. I shot some of it on video, on just a tiny video camera I had. And then, but I was always searching for the look. And on Devil's Rejects, I used Super 16, which gave me the exact look I wanted. Because when you blow up the negative, you get an extra grain, but you still get a really sharp image, and it looks kind of like how movies looked in the 70s. It's just that extra grit. Because that's the other thing I hate. Movies are so clean. Everyone's like all about high def. I'm like, oh, I don't want things to look any better. Things already look too good as far as I'm concerned. I usually go back and take my negatives and try to make them look worse. And then I shot Halloween on 35. And I hated it because I thought the movie looked too clean, so I then went back for Halloween 2 and shot it on 16 to make it look dirtier.
Wow, that growing up in the 70s myself, I noticed that you seemed to kind of enjoy, setting some things in that period and such. And maybe I had it reminded me a little bit of like movies like Gargoyles or The Devil's Rain. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah. With John Travolta.
Was it William Shatner? Was John Travolta in that one?
In it too, yeah. And Ernest Borgnine, of course.
Ernest Borgnine. He's another. Didn't you have a question for him, Persephone?
I got a couple questions actually. Well, yeah, I heard you're starting to remake The Blob.
Well, no, not really. I mean, that's one of the films that came to me to possibly do. Right now, I'm not working on any movie. I have like 4 or 5 different movies in sort of early development, and it could be The Blob, might be something else. It's just the thing is, it just takes so long. That's the one thing about movies that's kind of different than records. Records, you can get your band, you go in the studio, you're working. Movies, it just takes so many factors to fall into place to get the production moving. And so that's why I have a couple different things. It could be The Blob, could not be The Blob.
Well, also, I actually recently seen El Super Bisto.
Yeah.
And what made you want to do a cartoon?
I sort of had this long-range plan with El Super Bisto. First, I did it as a comic book, and I thought, okay, if I had this idea that if I tried to pitch it as a film, it would never happen. But if I do it as a comic book, I can take the comic book, use the comic book to sell it as an animated movie, which I did. So now it's an animated movie. And then I thought, well, we could take the animated movie and try to pitch it as a live-action movie, because I always want to make a movie where you would build an entire world on a set, so everything is fake. Like all the characters' muscles would be fake. Everything would be fake, but live action. That's why I purposely cast the voice actors that look just like the animated characters in real life. So if I did go make it into a live action movie, I could use the same people.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if they know that, but that was my plan.
Oh, that's cool. Well, also, I'm a really big fan of your wife and the work that you do with your wife. I think that's really, really cool that you guys do a lot of stuff together. And her Total Skull line. Is she going to be doing anything further with that? Is it?
I'm not sure what she's doing with that at the moment. I think she's going to expand that in some way soon, but I'm not sure what. She's sort of taking a mild break from it. I think it was overwhelming her, because it started off as this tiny little thing she started for fun, and then it's kind of like that, be careful what you wish for. Then it started getting popular, then she's like, oh my fuck, this is a lot of work. It started like, oh, this will be fun to do, and now suddenly she's running this big business, so she got a little freaked out by it.
Wow. It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, I just think it was more.
I guess a couple more questions here. I know you're a busy guy. Any actors out there that you'd like to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Oh yeah, tons. There's tons of amazing actors. God, there's so many people I love, and there's people I have worked with that I'd like to work with more. I mean, especially Paul Giamatti. I mean, he did El Super Bisto, but he worked one day, and even on that day, he was deathly ill. So I would love to work with him in some capacity. I mean, there's tons of people. There's so many great actors.
Oh, very good. Any aspiring words for horror movie makers everywhere?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many. I don't know what to tell people with that. I mean, you just have to do what you want to do and just do it, because everyone will try to persuade you to not do it, because everyone's biggest fear, especially your best friends, is that you will do it. So your best friends are the ones who want you to fail the most. So ignore the advice of your friends and family, because they'll steer you off the path first, because God forbid you become successful, then they look like idiots. So take them out of the mix first. Just do what you're going to do. It's like this is the main thing. You have to do what you love, because if you don't, you'll give up. Because the amount of work it takes to make it work, you have to be just sickly passionate about it. That's what I say. So can't phone it in ever.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and well, this has been great. A lot of fans on the Crimson Theater will thoroughly be enjoying this.